Hi, my name is Kasper. I'm a test expert here at Incida, and in today's video I want to go through the basics of metadata. Now, metadata is very important for explaining tests in test reports when you go back to them in a year or 2 years time and want to look at what did I test, and therefore it's important that you know how to set up and use metadata in SAFe. So to get you started, we will just create a new project. And the first thing you need to do when working with metadata in SAFe is to create them. So here on the left we have our metadata tab. We click that and that gives us the metadata editor. Now we click new field and we get a new row which we can call, let's say, serial number, because we want to know what serial number in our product range did we test at the given time. We can give that a type. This could be a text, which is just free text, or it could be a drop down. We have our default, which is what is the metadata field gonna start with when we start the test. Current is what is it currently during the test, and group is what group of metadata is this field. That will become important later. Now let's just add another. Let's say it's model, and that is a drop down, and we want to start with having choose. Now drop down, it's important that we go to show advanced properties. Here we can choose if it's required, but we also have options. And options, we can say, okay, this is model A and this is model B. So now we've defined two metadata that we can actually use in our test. So let's go back to our main dashboard and go into test steps. Now, a typical scenario is that when the test is started, we want our operator to input some information about, okay, what is this test? So if we just press add step and go to add operator required steps, we have fill out metadata. We're gonna add that. Now, if we go into this step, we can see insert metadata, and here we choose group, which is A. And basically when we start our test now, let's try, we can see that we have serial number and we have model. So I'll choose model A and then I press OK. Then if we go into an editor again, we can see that these are our current setups. So a typical scenario is that we will input something, then we will have, some kind of step where we will do our test. In this case, let's just save the metadata. Then we'll have another step in our test process. Here we'll also just save some metadata. Let's just, for sake of being, save our model. And let's say that we, in our end of our test, we actually also want to enter some data. So let's say we want to have a comment, and here groups become important. So let's just add this to group B. And then in the end of our test, again, operator required steps, fill out metadata, go into it, and we choose group B. So let's just say this is our test. Move these into here. So group B. So when we do our test, we have serial number, we choose a model, press OK, the test is running, and then in the end we will say this test is fine. And without much effort, we have actually now put a lot of description into our test results. So when we have, our graphs and test results, we now also know that it's the serial number 0000, model A, and the test went fine. Now this is very useful when we go into our reporting. And we can actually very, very simply export all of this into a report. So we just press new export, choose metadata. And if we just want to export everything, it's just all. And now when we run, let's say this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's the model B. The test is running. We comment error in our, let's say, valve. And we press OK. Our report actually look like this. So very easily we have all our descriptive data within our test report. Now we could go even further into metadata and how to use it within our load test profiles and use that in to set, for example, legends, units, and much further, but I'll go into more of a deep dive of that in another video. I hope this was useful when you're starting out with metadata, and if you want to learn more, go to our website, and I'll see you in another video.